Welcome to tonight's video on Chapter 3, Section 2, Angles and Parallel Lines. The first concept that we have to discuss is that corresponding angles postulate. This basically means that if two parallel lines, keyword being parallel lines, are cut by a transversal, then the corresponding angles are congruent. So notice like 6 and 8, those are corresponding, they are congruent. So how does this help us? Well, if you look at figure A here, it says angle 11 is 51. Find the measure angle 15. Well, notice they are corresponding, so they are congruent. So measure angle 15 is equal to, measure angle 15 is equal to 51 because of the corresponding angles postulate. The next one, it says angle 11 is 51, and what is the measure angle 16? That is also 51 because it's vertical to 15. So the postulates you used are the corresponding angles postulate, and then you use the vertical angles theorem. And the measure of angle 16 is 51. Alright, next it says A is parallel to B, so these are parallel. And then angle 18 is 42. Find the measure of angle 22. Well, these are corresponding, so it's also 42. Here, angle 18 is 42. Find the measure of 25. Well, this is 42. Then they're vertical, so it's also 42. Then there's the alternate interior angles theorem, which says if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of alternate interior angles are congruent. So notice alternate interior are like 1 and 3, or 2 and 4. Those are alternate interior. Then there's also same side interior angles theorem, which means that they are supplementary. 1 and 2 are supplementary, 3 and 4 are supplementary, meaning that if you add them up, they have to equal 180. That's what supplementary means. Alternate exterior angles theorem means that they are congruent. So like 8 and 6, 5 and 7. So in this diagram here, it says the measure of angle 2 is 125. Find the measure of angle 3. Well, notice here's the two lines that are parallel, and these are alternate interior angles, so the measure of angle 3 is 125 because they are equal. In the same diagram, angle 2 is 125. Find the measure of angle 4. Well, angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180, and I know that angle 3 is 125. So plus angle 4 equals 180 plus the measure of angle 4. Don't forget the measure. So then when I subtract, the measure of angle 4 is equal to 55. So then here, angle 5 is 2x minus 10. Angle 7 is x plus 15. They are corresponding, so they're equal. So 2x plus 10 equals x plus 15. So I get x plus 10 equals 15, x equals 5. Here angle 4 is there, angle 8, they are not corresponding, but 6 and 8 are. So this is 4y, and this is 4 times y minus 25. So these are supplementary. To 180. So 4y minus 100 plus 4y equals 180. So 8y minus 100 equals 180. So 8y equals 280 when you add 100. And and then divided by 8, you get y is equal to 35. All right, next one. If the measure of angle 1 is 9x plus 6, and 2 is 2 times 5x minus 3, and 3 is 5y plus 14, find x. Well, notice these are alternate exterior because here's the two lines. So 9x plus 6 equals 2 times 5x minus 3. 9x plus 6 equals 10x minus 6. So we subtract 9x and add 6. So we get x equals 12. So then in the same picture, find y. So if x is 12, 2 times 5 times 12 minus 3. So 60 minus 3 is 57. Times 2 is 114. So 5y plus 14 equals 114. 5y equals 100. Y equals 20. That's B. All right, the last theorem is the perpendicular transversal theorem, which basically says if a line A is parallel to line B and line A is perpendicular to line T, then B and T are perpendicular. So basically, if two lines are parallel and a line is perpendicular to one of them, it is also perpendicular to the other one. So let's look at these here. So if angle 2 is 70, then angle 3 is also 70 because of vertical. Angle 5 is 110 because it's supplementary. 8 is 110 because they're vertical. 1 is 110 because it's supplementary to 70. 4 is 110. And then 6 is 70 because it's either supplementary here or alternate interior, which is congruent. Here the measure of angle 7 is 100. So the measure of angle 9 is 100 because it's alternate interior. Angle 6 is 80 because it's supplementary. Angle 8 is also 80 because it's vertical to 6. Angle 2 is the same as 8, which is 80 because it's alternate interior. Notice there's a Z there. And then angle 5, which is right here, is supplementary to 2, which is, so it's 100. And 11 would be the same as 7, which is 100, because they're corresponding. All right. The measure of angle 3 is 75. 10 is 105. So it says to find each angle. So here they're supplementary because they're same side interior, so it'd be 105. 5 and 2 are vertical. 7 and 2 are congruent because they're alternate interior. 15 is congruent to 10 because they're alternate interior. And 14 is supplementary to 10, so it's 75. And 9 is congruent to 14 because they're vertical. Here it says find the value of the variables. These are alternate exterior, so 5x is equal to 3y minus 1. But then I also know that 5x plus 40 equals 180. So when I solve this for x by subtracting 40 and dividing by 5, I get 28. For x, so 5 times 28 is 140, so 140 equals 3y minus 1 and plus 1, so 141 equals 3y. 47 equals y. Alright, here 8x minus 10 equals 7x. So that means if I subtract 7x, I get x, add 10. So I get x equals 10. 80 minus 70, 80 minus 10 is 70. So 6y plus 20 plus 70 equals 180. So 6y plus 90 equals 180. 6y equals 90. Y equals 15. Alright, last couple here. Here 3x minus 3 equals 60 because they're alternate interior. So I get 3x equals 63, x equals 21. And then 4y plus 4 plus 60 equals 180. 4y plus 64 equals 180. Subtract 64. So 4y equals 116. Y equals 29. And last one, 9x plus 21 equals 11x minus 1 because they're corresponding. So you get, subtract 9x. So you get 2x equals 22. X equals 11 when you divide. And then when I put the 11 back in, so 11 times 11 minus 1 is 121, minus 1 is 120. So 5y minus 5 plus 120 equals 180. So 5y plus 115 equals 180. 5y equals 65. Y equals 13. Alright, hope this helped you and have a good rest of your evening.